What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another I forgot what episode it is. What are we at?
I asked him, you want to make a rundown? I don't know. I've never known what number we're at.
17, 18.
At least.
117, 118. Either way, we're at some sort of a number. We're keeping this the intro. Let's go. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, enjoying our going into an extremely subpar terrible Apex Fight Night, which actually turned out to be not too bad. Some things were better than we thought, some things were worse than we thought. A genuine UFC Apex experience, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, also it is 117.
117. I knew it was something like that. But before we get into all of that, like and subscribe if you enjoy all the content. We appreciate everyone that does. Apex time. UFC Fight Night Tybura versus Spivac 2. The legendary rematch that's much anticipated.
Nobody asked for.
Nobody asked for. No one cared for. Barely anyone watched.
But it made all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
At least it ended early.
Yes. With that, Sergey Spivac gets the first round submission, armbar, sweeps from the bottom, throwing the legs up, gets in the first round. Absolutely beautiful. Going into it, talking about it, it was just like, okay, let's just see if Sergey was able to make the adjustments, actually grow and adapt as a fighter since the first fight to prove that he's better than Tybura at this point. And he left no doubt about that, especially in the grappling. I was so upset because he goes for the takedown, he goes to try and take the back, and as he starts, because he was kind of off at an angle as he was taking them back, as soon as he was trying, I'm just like, God damn it, Spivac, if you do not get this hook in, you're a big fat boy, you're fucking not getting the position, you're falling right on your back. Exactly what happened. Tybura gets on top, and I was like, motherfucker. I did not expect Spivac to be able to throw up, and it's just so funny because it's like such a basic armbar in all reality. Very basic, very simple, all of that. But you just don't see that shit from heavyweights. Who the fuck from a heavyweight in the past fucking 5-10 years is
throwing their body up like that and taking their arm,
Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm glad you said past 5 to 10 years, because like if you had said, past like 20, I would have been like, aha, Verdum.
Verdum, Frank Mir,
Frank Mir, Verdum, Big Nog.
Yeah,
like
back in
Fedor,
the day, we had much more.
Those guys, when we actually had good heavyweights.
Yeah.
When heavyweight division actually fucking mattered.
Yeah, heavyweights definitely is one of the divisions that hasn't, when we're just like, oh, the sport has grown so much and over the years, not heavyweight.
No. But that, to be fair, it makes sense, in terms of just the juice being worth the squeeze. Basketball, football, fucking pro wrestling even are all better than MMA.
Yeah,
so a lot of the bigger guys are going to be going into those, even baseball.
Yeah, you're guaranteed
they advertise
so much more
6-3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and there's no salary cap in baseball, so you can get a shit ton of money.
Also, 20 years ago, all them big boys that wasn't good enough for those sports were all on TRT, so they could do funner things.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Frank Mir and his kangaroo meat.
Yeah, but either way, heavyweights, Sergey, he gets it done in the first round, looking absolutely great out there. Definitely just a performance where it's like, okay, he took a rough loss to Sirogan in his last one, trying to, just get up in the division.
Move his way back up.
Yep. But this was just another good step down, someone that has already beaten him before, and to get it done like that. I was so annoyed that he refused to say anyone's name after that win.
Any name.
That was such a good fucking win. Perfect performance. Call someone out. Call out Sergey Pavlovich. Call out Curtis Blades. Call out Jayalton. Anyone that's above you. And he's like, I'll fight anyone that's above me.
Well, after that, Jayalton said that, hey, if you want to fight anybody, we can get it. So maybe that will happen.
And honestly, that'd be interesting, because, with the grappling, maybe we see Spivac take Jayalton down.
Yeah, that was the exact fight that I wanted for him if he was able to get the win. It just so funny that he refused to call anyone out. But yeah, you had Jailton just be like, "Hey, you're gonna be number 8. I'm number 7. Let's go after it."
Yeah, it's really funny because number 9 going into it beat number 8, and number 7's like, "I'll fight you next."
Yeah, exactly.
The slow grind up.
It's a slow grind up, but it's like Jailton is what coming off his loss to Curtis Blades.
No, got the Romanov win between.
That's right, Romanov. Yep. Okay, he's coming off beating number 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so it's like he's ranked above him, but he has a much lower win.
Yeah, but he'll have but fighting Spivac is much better win than Romanov.
100%.
And so I think that's good. The only other person really that would even have made any type of sense besides like Pavlovich, like someone else coming off a loss, well, 2 people would be coming off loss, but like a Curtis Blades, I really like that idea of a grappling match as well. Yeah, I think Curtis could keep him off him, but like on the feet, I would give the edge to Curtis, but there can be some fun exchanges there, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pavlovich, just with his power, if he's able to stay on the feet, he's just knocking Spivac out.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's the thing with Spivac. It's like he's fought a lot of these guys in the division already, but there's still a lot of there's a good enough amount of matchups that he hasn't had yet. Where that's where in the preview with you bringing up Curtis Blades, I would like a great matchup. I would love that. But I do think it would probably be the best for Spivac to get the slow grind. Like we said, number 9 beating number 8, go fight number 7, then go fight number 6 or 4. You know what I mean? Get that slow build. Let like a 2-year, a year, 2 years between losing to Cyril Gane until he's fighting like one of these top 3 guys in the division again. Because then more than likely it's going to be a rematch of Cyril that's already beat him, Tom Aspinall that's already beat him, or maybe Volkov. You know what I mean? But I would definitely like the slow grind for him.
Here's the thing about the slow grind, though, is once he fights Jailton, whatever that would be, should be after when Jones and Stipe fight. Stipe retires, he's now going to be bumped up to number 6 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, he'd be number 6. The next person up would be Curtis Blades if Curtis doesn't fight anyone else.
No, yeah. So that's
why I'm like, I still think him just like going from Jailton to potentially a Curtis, or even if he jumped up to Curtis now, I wouldn't think that'd be the craziest jump. It would just be like, now he's got to fight the guys who have already beat him at that point, or fight like someone like right below him at a number 6, 7 spot.
Oh, yeah.
But like, no matter what, like that's pretty much fine because like most of the heavyweight division is stagnant at the moment. We don't have anyone coming up.
No, yeah.
Who's gonna be challenging any of these spots really at the moment? So it's just like, kind of gotta wait and see on this.
For sure. And he's really just going to have to keep on developing, keep getting better, that's where it's like, with the slow roll, he could get a Jailton win, then maybe beat Curtis, and then by that point, he could get Volkov, you know what I mean? So now it's, he could actually start to build a streak going, getting some hype again before it just going into a big fight at the top of the division that he's already lost before.
No, yeah.
But 29 years old still, been in the UFC for 5 years, definitely improving. Tybura, 38 years old, losing like that. I don't think that he's just going to be like, okay, well, I'm done, you know what I mean? But I don't think he's going to hang around for too much longer.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much more for him.
Yeah.
No, not in the division anyway. Like,
just hang around, get some paychecks. I feel like that's
about it, because he's already fought. He has 20
fights in the UFC.
That's his last one.
Yeah.
And when it comes to heavyweight, at that point, it's not that deep. He's fought fucking everybody, you know?
I mean, what? Like, the 4 right below Spivac, he hasn't fought Rosenstruck, I think?
Yeah, that got canceled a couple times, so...
So that's the only one, because his most recent one is Ty. He lost to Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Beat Romanov.
The wins and losses with Spivac, Ty, Tom Aspinall, Blago. He's not there anymore, but Romanov, Volkov, just that's 5 out of the 15 right there. Derek Lewis, it's just he's fought so many people there.
Yeah, and with the guys that he's lost to, it's like the guys that he hasn't fought above him. There's no reason for him to, you know what I mean? So he'll probably hang around for a few more years as long as he can just get as many wins to just kind of stay in the UFC. I feel like,
however many fights are left on his contract, that's pretty much all he's got left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when the last time he resigned was. He could have 2 or 3 more. If he has 2 more, I see him fighting 2 more fights and then It's either, you know, if PFL was like, hey, we'll take him for whatever reason to bump up our heavyweights, get a name in there, or just back to KSW. Maybe he challenges Phil DeFreeze if Phil DeFreeze is still champ at that point.
No, yeah, very easily could go like that. So we'll see how all of that plays out for good old Tybura. Co-main event got switched up on us when we were talking about it in the preview. Thought it was still going to be Chris Gutierrez. Ends up being Chepe Mariscal versus Damon Jackson.
Yep.
First of all, Chepe, for the first time in his career, missed weight, and it was by 3.5 pounds. Like, it was...
Yeah, it was a bad weight cut.
It
Very
really
hefty.
was. I wonder if it had to do with the fact that, like, a month ago he was supposed to fight Ige. So, like, I wonder if just the prolonged camp and just whatever, if it just threw him off and kind of fucked up his weight cut.
Like, he cut down and then potentially went back up, then went back up.
I wouldn't think that he would have. I wouldn't think that he would have started cutting because of the time that Ige had to pull out. But what I mean is just like
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
So, like, he was definitely in the process of, like, working through it, but not, like, the true weight cut, you know what I mean? But it's, like, I wonder if just the extension of the camp, if that just, like, kind of threw his body off, where it's one of those things, like, he just went for too long, and then cutting weight was hard.
Yeah, very possible.
That's entirely possible. I don't know what he walks around at, but, like, definitely, like, when you start camp, like, because your weight cut, like, the true weight cut starts at the end, but, like, you're cutting weight throughout camp.
No, yeah.
So, like, that's what I mean, like... Not sure when he wasn't sure exactly when he was going to be back, probably getting offers for all this other, all these other fights, but not sure if he's going to be able to fight then, like, kind of get off it a little bit, then have to go back on, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Because I don't know exactly when this got booked, but I would assume that there was some type of period in there that he assumed he wasn't fighting.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying, like, where there's, like, maybe a short period, because, like, I've heard, like, when Gaethje, like, he no longer was fighting when, all the fights got canceled in 2020. Went from, what he was walking around at like 165 or whatever for his fight, 170, ballooned all the way back up to like 190 in like the span of a day and a half. So it's like, like, things happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with all of that, missing weight and everything, this motherfucker Chepe, he has a gas tank on him. He can fucking go, no problem at all. He is strong and physical as hell in there with the grappling. The amount of times that he would just toss Damon Jackson over onto his back or to the side, it was just crazy. The output that this dude put out.
I was just going to say, I did not realize that total strikes landed was 49 to 218.
Yeah, he attempted 267 total strikes with 7 takedown attempts, hit 2 reversals in the grappling exchanges, had 8.5 minutes of control time as well. A fucking menace to this division.
What were those scorecards? 30-26 and 230-26 and 30-25?
Yeah.
Like
230-25 and a 30-26, I'm pretty.
Oh, okay, 230-25. My bad. But either way,
absolutely dominated Damon Jackson in that fight. It was ridiculous to see.
Yeah.
All right, I was just curious because I was like, all right, which round? So round 2. Every judge gave round 2 a 10-8.
Makes sense. Then, landed 94 total strikes to 14.
And then round 3 on Sal D'Amato and Camijo had it at 30-25s. Weirdly enough, 2 media members scored it 30-27. Not a single 10-8 for those two, which is insane to me.
Bro almost had him out of there rounds 2 and 3. So not only just the output and everything he was doing to them, but like if you really want to look at it, it's like he was this close to being out of there.
Yeah. By the fucking 3rd round, especially, Jackson was just surviving in there. You could tell he was absolutely exhausted. Chepe would have moments of like him looking really tired too, and then he just kept on going. Just an incredible pace. If full training camp, no problems at all. Bro, I want to see this dude fight some good people in this division in a 5-round fight because that sounds like a whole lot of fun to me.
Yeah, he's supposed to fight Ige, so maybe after this win, they'll give him another shot at the top 15.
Yeah, definitely top 15.
Possible.
Who's Ige fighting again?
Huh?
Who's Ige fighting next?
Lerone, right? Or is it?
Yeah. Right, Lerone.
Maybe he gets a Barboza fight.
I was about to say Barbosa,
Oh my God.
Bryce Mitchell.
I would rather the Bryce Mitchell fight because
That's a good
Chepe's
fight
not
for Bryce to come back to.
Yeah, because
And
Chepe's
Yes.
not a big one punch guy. And
also, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's a
look,
good
but I'm
one.
pretty
That's a
sure
good one.
Chepe lost to him early in his career.
It'd be
Interesting.
early.
Yes,
I know
2017
he fought
lost a decision. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Which he's gotten a lot better since then.
No, yeah, for
so.
sure. That's why it's interesting because it's
That's
like
so good.
Chepe is one of
So
those
good.
dudes that he was fighting young and he fought a lot of good competition on the regional scenes. Like people look at his record, but it's like bro lost to Bryce Mitchell, Gregor Gillespie, Joe Anderson Brito, Steve Garcia, just multiple people that have ended up in major organizations, mostly the UFC, before he ever got. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and not even that, but like before the UFC, it also has wins over Yusuf Zalal, Pat Sabatini.
yep.
Yeah.
Like,
no, yeah, like
he's got some good wins, some bad losses. Some good wins, some good losses. Like, lots that make sense after looking at it, especially like going back in time, like around these times. So it's just like, no, he's not that bad. Bryce Mitchell was undefeated until Ilya Taporia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Right?
crazy. I didn't realize his Bryce Mitchell was undefeated till then. But like his no contest with Carl Deaton III, went all 5 rounds, like the distance. 10th fight outside, just like going 5 rounds, which is don't know why it ended up again overturned to no contest, but just so much experience, man.
Yeah.
So much very good experience. And then, with all that, he's now on a 7-fight win streak, 4-0 in the UFC. He's gonna fuck up a lot of people. Can easily lose some fights to very good people in the I was about to say welterweight, featherweight division. But it's like he's gonna beat a lot of really good guys too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. I would not mind. I really do think that Bryce Mitchell fight is a good one to come back. For Bryce to come back to, like you said, not a heavy hitter, not like a one-punch knockout guy, but also like just
High
the grappling
volume.
exchanges. High volume, but like the grappling exchanges are going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
So definitely interested to see what happens with Chepe Mariscal. Let's go. Featured bout Danny Barlow, second person that we're talking about. That also missed weight on this card, 0.25 pounds. Oh, so close.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him in that.
Yeah.
From what I heard, he was also not allowed to cut any more weight either. They stopped him from cutting weight.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Chepe. I remember Chepe saying that. But
I think a lot of them were told that, and they were just told like, no, you're not allowed to cut any more weight. Like that does happen.
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn.
But it's one of those things, especially missing weight by such a small amount like that. You never know how they're actually going to show up and perform, whether it was just really bad hard and now they're just absolutely drained, or, it's just they got told, to stop and maybe they're still feeling like whatever. But Danny Barlow did not look as good as he normally does.
Yeah.
The precision was not as, just as good. Just wasn't as sharp.
He's just not as active either. Like, I know he's not a super active guy in general, that he is like more patient, he will counter, but like it was just even less than normal.
Oh, for sure. And then even by like the second round, it just looked like he was breathing real hard, just already slowing down.
Yeah, you seen him in the corner. Like,
still was able to manage a split decision win for him, so that was good. I'm pretty sure it was that one where Nikolai got a 30-27 on the one judge's scorecard. Don't know how you gave all 3 rounds to Nikolai. That's pretty crazy, but Danny Barlow remains undefeated, so it's definitely good for him. But hopefully whatever the circumstances were with the weight just gets it under control, be good to go in the future, and just get him back to how he was performing before.
I think he fights someone like a Matthew Summersberger or Trevin Giles, or you think they throw him a bit higher than that?
With a performance, I was gonna say, with a performance like this, just getting the split over this guy debuting, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
especially if they want him to look good.
Yeah,
right.
Those are definitely people that can get finished by him and have him look good for sure. But so not too much to talk about with that one. Chris Gutierrez taking on another UFC debutant in Kong Lee.
Other than the second round, it was kind of exactly what was expected.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really thought that Gutierrez would look much better in
Oh,
this
yeah.
fight. And it's one of those things where Chris is obviously, if the UFC were to extend their rankings to top 20, he's in the top 20, no doubt about it. So it's like Lee coming in 4 days notice. Chris knows nothing about this guy. He doesn't probably know how he fight, whatever. So there's always the opportunity for new guys like that to kind of overperform. But I just thought that this would be super easy work, no problem for Gutierrez, and just struggling with the grappling more than I thought. Like, just Lee finding moments to, like, kind of keep himself in the fight, was never getting ahead, never, like, really winning it, but just giving much more to Chris than I really thought he was going to, especially with the leg kicks going the first round.
But that's why, like, I don't know, that's why I wasn't too surprised, because it's, like, realistically, it's like, yeah, like, he'd get a couple takedowns, but then, like, Chris would get right back up. He went 0 for 3 in the third round. That's why I was like, it was just the second round specifically having 3 minutes of control time with him. But it's like, otherwise, Chris just did what he does. He doesn't know this fighter. He kicked his legs, threw a couple shots, and out. In and out, in and out, in and out,
it's not
point
like
fighting.
He was getting taken down, like, a crazy amount. Like, he was only credited, Lee was only credited 2 for 11, so...
Yeah,
it's not like
in the first round.
Take it down crazily.
Yeah,
and I think that also, like, it being the first round, especially, it's, I feel like, mainly just because, like, again, like you were saying, he has no idea what this fighter fights like. Like, who, like, does he grapple? Does he strike? And seems like he kind of does a bit of both, but really likes to try and get it to the ground. So it's just like, once he figured out, he likes to get it to the ground, really, like, now focusing on, all right, get in, get out, like, defend takedowns. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
That he dialed in the last 2 rounds. I do think he's like definitely top 20, but it's like I don't know about giving him a top 15 opponent at this moment either.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Where I'm like, a fight I would like to see is him versus Vinicius Oliveira.
That'd be a good one. I'd be very okay.
Vinicius is going to really try to push the pace onto Gutierrez. I think that can really that's either going to really benefit Vinicius or really benefit Gutierrez in his counter striking.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely a very solid matchup for that one for sure. But yeah, like you said, overall was very much of what Chris Gutierrez generally does. Like you said, 32 leg kicks I think he landed.
Yeah,
I know on the broadcast they showed that he's landed the second most leg kicks in UFC history out of anyone else.
He's one of the very few people with leg kick TKO finish in UFC history. Like
he lands so many and it's so absolutely ridiculous. If you're not pressuring him constantly, actively working more than him and checking leg kicks, it's going to be hard to beat him.
No, yeah, exactly. Kind of like Jonathan Martinez, but Martinez is just better at it.
Yeah.
The only one with 2 leg kick finishes. Or the second one?
Second one.
Barboza, right?
Yeah. Barboza was the first one. But yeah, let's go Chris Gutierrez, getting another win in the UFC. We do a quick little mention. Yana Santos, Chelsea Chandler. Chelsea Chandler missing weight by 5 whole pounds.
Third person on the card.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But missing by 5 is like...
No, that's fucked up.
3.5 and 5 are both egregious, but like, holy shit.
Because, okay, right. The one thing that, like, really rubbed me the wrong way was you have Chelsea Chandler out here who missed by 5 pounds, and she was fined 25% of her purse.
Yes.
And then you have Danny Barlow who missed by 1/4 of 1 pound, and he was fined 20% of his purse. Yep. Bro, if I saw that shit, I wouldn't drain myself the way... you know what I mean? If I knew I was going to miss weight and I was going to get it fined, fuck it, I'm keeping these 2 pounds on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we saw the way that it affected his performance, and it's like 20% for 1/4 of a pound versus 25% for 5 fucking pounds. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's also... think, like, I'm sorry, go.
I think it should have been higher for Chelsea as well.
I think it should have been lower for him.
Yeah,
I think like either way you go, I don't mind whether lower for him, higher for her. Like
because
whatever.
I've seen him take 30% from people.
I've seen him take 30, and I feel like once you get into like basically like almost to the next weight class type shit, if they were like 40, I'd be like, hey, it's harsh, but I get it.
No, yeah, it's just crazy. And then even with that too, it's like 1/4 of a pound on a welterweight fighter and 5 pounds on a bantamweight fighter.
Right.
Like, that's a 35-pound difference of what those two, what they were fighting at. And so that extra, like, missing by 5 pounds, that's way more of a percentage than, you know what I mean? It's, it's crazy. But either way, Yana Santos still looked very good and beat her, so.
She did. Yana, like, that's the other thing about Yana. She's also not a big, like, bantamweight. She looks like she could potentially have been a strawweight at one point, maybe not in this point in her career because of
I feel like it's just
age.
Or featherweight? Not featherweight, flyweight?
Flyweight.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you said strawweight.
Potentially.
Because it's like,
that's my bad. I meant
that's why I meant to correct you, and then I said featherweight, and I was like, that's not right either.
She did fight at featherweight, though, formally.
I meant strawweight. Yeah, not strawweight. Flyweight. Holy
God damn. Mush brain today, Ginger. Mush.
I didn't help.
That's really funny. but yeah.
Neither of you helped.
Because, yeah, she definitely, like, borders the line at 5'6", 68.5-inch reach. It's like she definitely can fit into both, but...
I think, like, if it was, like, earlier on, like, being, like, almost 35, gonna be 35 this year, like, it's just, like, age is already caught up to where I feel like wouldn't be beneficial to her career at this point.
Let's go. Kazama, who got finished in the first round of his first 2 UFC fights, didn't get finished by Gregorio, and then he absolutely gassed himself and got subbed by a triangle choke.
Bro,
It's been a while, I feel like, since I have seen someone throw up a triangle choke, and the lack of movement, defense, or any sort of thing like this person is showing, that they are not just letting their opponent just put on a submission and, like, give them the opportunity to tap. Bruh, Gregorio did not want to be there at all anymore. Like,
he was too tired because
I know
it's like
crazy.
Kazama was like very surprising and like really wrestling the shit out of him round 1, so he easily took that. But then come round 2, Gregorio landed a nice shot that just sent him to the ground. He followed up with ground and pound. But the thing about Gregorio, if you've ever watched him, he has 1 round in him, if that. So going into the second one was already crazy. He landed that big ass shot, but not getting him out with the one and done. He didn't have anything for him. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah. No. Like, with the grab, like, he did defend 7 of 8 takedowns in the first round, you know? Really trying
That's what I'm saying. He has a
Yeah.
first round in him, but after that, the nosedive off a cliff is crazy.
Yeah,
and you
so
get
bad.
someone that,
So
one-shots
bad.
you, drops you, and then he can't even follow up. He's so tired after throwing that one big shot.
But even, like, he landed, like, he got the burst, landed the shots, and he was smacking the elbows. Like, he did land 24 significant strikes in that second round. Like, he landed a good amount. That's where, I guess, where it's also just, like, you have a guy that got put out in his first 2 fights, and you were ripping him like that, and you didn't get him out of there, which it's like, okay, so you're definitely not a great finisher, you know what I mean? And then was just literally done, toasted on top. We're just like, please win. Please, I don't want to be here anymore. I just... Yeah, that was so bad. That was so bad.
And this is something that I think, like, a lot more fighters need to do. Instead of trying to follow up on the ground, just get up. Because so many of them try to fall, and they're not that great of a finisher. We see them all of a sudden, like, get reversed, get subbed, get, reversed, then into ground and pound, and then, TKO'd. It's like, no, stop following some of these guys to the ground and actually, like, just have them stand up, because it's an immediate stand-up thing. It's stand up, or I'm calling the fight. Like, it's not like they can sit on the ground for that long.
Yeah, so we got some fun moments out of it for sure. It was definitely enjoyable to watch, but neither of these guys should be in the UFC. That is definitely my conclusion after that fight.
That's my conclusion. Like, they probably shouldn't be. I have nothing for either of them on who they should fight next.
Nah, nothing at all.
It's like,
but yeah, I didn't know if you had any last.
No, it's just like, I just don't think that these guys are, like, necessarily ready for that next step up, for this step up in competition. Like, Kazama's already been finished twice in the first round, straight right, straight left. Like, almost finishing this one.
I guess that
so
makes sense.
Like,
he did get dropped with the left hook, so that's why he didn't get finished. So
yeah, we were saying it has to be an uppercut and front kick because it's been flying knee, straight right, straight left. He can't defend up the middle.
His brain don't handle it well.
But yeah, a much better fight though, which I just had a feeling that they were gonna get disrespected and not get fight of the night, and it's just absolutely insane. Karol Rosa and Pannie Kianzad went to absolute fucking war in the Apex for all 3 rounds. Yeah. What a great fucking fight. Both of them easily should have gotten $50,000.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Total strikes thrown between both of them, 223 for Rosa, 229 for Kianzad. It was just great. Pannie's tough as hell. Pannie is tough as hell because we're talking about leg kicks before with Chris. Karol Rosa and her leg kicks. I mean, we seen it in the Irene Aldana fight and the way Irene Aldana's leg was all fucked up after that. But she landed 39 out of 53. And I thought she was going to have Pannie done in the first round with those kicks. The way she was just so hurt so many times and just kept going. And to like keep up the output that she was landing, like it was so good.
Yeah. I believe, she's 29 years old? Yeah, so 29 years old. She is definitely just starting to like really improve, getting into a good groove. I feel like she's gonna be a very solid contender in the bantamweight division. I don't know how far she'll end up making it, like, to the top if like she gets a title or anything like that. But she's probably gonna beat up a lot of good women.
She's
over
good.
This division.
She has a great pace, and she's fun with it. Like she's not afraid to just mix it up. Like her striking is good. She will smack in some nasty elbows, and her kicks. It's like, and then she has grappling.
Yeah,
she can grapple. Like,
and shit, I'm sure fucking Dayton training with Denise Gomes, fucking, I wouldn't be surprised you got fucking little ass Denise going, fucking swinging big bombs on her in training and shit, so they're probably getting some just solid training together. Yeah, just very, very good fighter in Karol Rosa. I am definitely excited to see what she can do, and just, hopefully keeps improving, get some solid wins. Let's go.
I went back to the ranks and I'm like, all right, who should she fight next? And then completely forgetting, Norma, Carol, and Misha are all ranked number 8 at the moment.
Yeah, so hopefully she breaks that 3-way tie. Let's go.
Hopefully.
She should.
She should.
Yeah.
And then, potentially next fight, Mayra Buena Silva?
That'd be a good one. I'd be totally okay with that. Mayra coming off 2 losses in a row now, so.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect fight.
Yeah,
gonna be a good one too. Other than that, I had 2 of my boys on the prelims. One of them didn't turn out so great. One of them turned out pretty great. Yusuf Zalal got another finish in the UFC, 2-0 with 2 finishes on this run. So let's go, Carl Williams.
Yep.
So,
I was so surprised by that fight.
This fight, I was surprised.
I was genuinely 100% sure that it was either Denise first round KO or Carl Williams decision, because. By WrestleFuck. And Carl he barely let the wrestling going. Like, it took him until like later into the first round to try, and I think he went 0 for 2 or something like that.
Sounds right.
And then I don't think he landed or even tried anything in the second round, and the third round I think he ended up with some control time, probably won that round. But either way, he just wasn't doing what he normally does. Like, I don't know if he was scared of the power, if he just couldn't find the timing, but he was on his back foot the whole time. He was eating big shots, and he just
No, that's 100% what it was. Just Denise was landing too many big shots on him. He could not find his way in. And just really struggled to get anything going. Yeah, the third round he had just over half a round of control time, landed 2 or 3 takedowns. But it's like it was so frustrating. He gets a takedown with like a minute 50, minute 45 on the clock or something like that. And he's just holding. He's not doing much. He had half guard. He had the position to be able to try and move to mount, to try and go for a finish because he was easily down on the cards. And he just refused to do anything. Denise is trying to move. He ends up getting kind of on one hip. So then the ability to get to mount was just not there anymore because, you know what I mean? Carl's already tired, not really doing much. And then it's like, yeah, the last 10 seconds, you know, the clapper goes, and then he's like, all right, let me try and rain down some shots. And it's just like...
Yeah, it was just too late.
It's just like, if you gave all of that energy when you got the control time to just try and get mount and try and get something going, who knows, you might have been able to make something happen. Even if you don't, then you could just lay on top and hold him and just ride off to the round and just end up losing the decision like you already did. You know what I mean? With just at least some sort of like, all right, I tried at the end, you know?
No,
but
yeah.
It was definitely, for me, just, you know, yeah, Carl, he's not the most exciting or the best guy at all, but just wanting to see him do good and win, I was just like, God damn it, man, just the one opportunity that you had there, and you just sat on top of it.
Yeah.
It was like, damn.
But I mean, for Denise, it's like, yeah, he has 7 wins, 7 knockouts, 6 of them in the first round, the 7th in the second round. So it's like, to see that he can actually go 3 rounds is good for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely looked much better than I thought he was going to, so very nice for him beating my boy, I guess.
Not sure where he's going to be fighting right after, who he'd be fighting next, just because, like, yeah, it's lower heavyweights.
Yeah, no
lower
idea.
level heavyweights.
They do what they do.
But yeah,
you know.
And then it was a 10-fight card out of the Apex, 3 finishes on the card, so those 3 people that got the finishes got performance bonuses. No fight of the night, so
which again, disrespectful, because Carol and Panny deserve that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the fight card from the Apex. Quick mention of Tapology. Kate absolutely did amazing last night. Got first place out of all of us. Got first place on the group. Let's go. I came in second. Also second in the group. Ginger coming in third between us. Fourth in the group, though. We all did very good last night comparatively to everyone.
Yeah. Only got 3 wrong.
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty close to Kate coming in first with 455 points. Ginger in last with 390, so only 65 behind. That's
literally. I was about to say a decision behind. Like, no, a semi-perfect behind. A decision would put me above.
Well, yeah. But yeah, let's go. Very solid. Kate with the 3 decisions, 2 semi, getting her 15 points above me. 3 decisions from semi. So goddamn close. I don't even remember which fight it was.
It was the Yusuf Zalal fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had him by second round knockout. I had second round sub. He got the first round. I got those extra 15 points.
Yeah, God. I had a feeling and a hope that he was going to get the TKO, but.
Yeah,
no
that got 6 right,
go.
3 decisions, 1 semi-perfect.
Yeah. Very close.
I literally needed the main event. By the end of that, I needed the main event to go to a decision.
Terrible.
So I could beat Jimmy.
Terrible. It wasn't happening, brother.
Apparently.
Oh, man. But as for unexcited as we were for this card, not too bad coming out of it. News is very light as well today. I got a fight announced for my birthday, so that was very nice. Let's go. Yep. November 2nd. Oh, I hate this fight. I saw Derek Lewis, and I was like, yeah. And then I saw he was fighting Romanov, and I was like, oh, no. I don't think he's going to defend the takedown right away, and he probably gets subbed in the first round. So
it's possible.
Or hopefully Derek Lewis gets like a 5-second flying knee knockout on Romanov, because that's very possible too, and I would be so happy.
Yeah, no. Front kick knockout.
That'd be pretty cool too. Anything spectacular I would love to see from Derek Lewis. So yeah, that's in November. Another fight that we got for November, it's gonna be at MSG. My boy, your boy, everybody's boy, Eric Anders is back, and he's taking on former champ almost a decade ago now, Chris Weidman.
What a fight.
He looked a lot better in his last one.
He did.
Yes.
I feel like the post USADA effects have to be working very well for him.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just have no interest in seeing Chris Weidman fight anymore.
Yeah. It's Eric, your boy Anders versus Chris. That's still my boy Weidman.
And everybody, thank you. And this is still my boy. What a dad, you know what I mean? Imagine losing your first pro fight and your title, and he just grabs the mic and says that to the crowd. Wonderful stories. Last fight to talk about. It's also another really sad fight too.
The old man fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sad for Dominic Reyes, at least in this one.
That's true.
Because he's fighting Anthony Smith, and oh my goodness, I really didn't like the Dustin Jacoby fight for Dominic Reyes, and then he knocked him out, and I was like, well, shit, all right, he's still at a level above what I expected him to be at. Bruh, if you're knocking out Dustin Jacoby, you're knocking out Anthony Smith in 2024. Like, come on, this is...
Should be.
Yeah, should be able to. Smith always has the grappling, you know what I mean? That I feel like he should have the advantage there, but oof.
In terms of striking, like that is 100% Dominic Reyes' fight.
Yeah. Probably gonna be working some real good leg kicks on Smith because everyone knows that he's not the greatest at defending that, and then just clean boxing to just piece up Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Dude lost to Roman Dolidze, which is really funny because the rankings, they just added Roman Dolidze into the top 15 because Alonzo got bumped out from losing to Azamat. And then they also bumped up Volkan Oezdemir to be tied with Nikita Krylov at 6.
Yep.
And they, last week in the rankings, they did a lot of dumb shit. Bilal's top 5 pound for pound now above Sean O'Malley.
No.
He literally shit-talked his way after the title win to being a top 5 pound for pound fighter. There's this guy's actually exciting and awesome. Let's put him in the top 5. He talks way better than Sean O'Malley, actually. Bro, I don't know what they did last week. It was incredible.
Because the other thing was after Mackenzie's win, they moved her down under Hebas. But then at 25, they moved Hebas below Viviane, who she just beat.
Yeah.
Or beat recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just doing shit.
Yeah.
They're just doing shit at this point. The pound for pound shit, Jimmy, I know you already know my answer to this. I already think just because you're a champion doesn't mean you're on the pound for pound list.
Yeah.
So I'm already really
they put him above Leon because obviously he beat Leon, and then he has done nothing but talk shit to the division since beating Leon, and now he's above Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has done nothing other than get booked in a fight against Merab, and I don't know, man. It was very funny to go through that though. But yeah, that's about it for this episode of our podcast. Let's go 305. I am very excited to get into that one on the next episode. Oh my god.
And
Izzy Rodriguez. Yes, PFL. What the fuck is PFL 8 even? I can't even remember. What do we got? Fucking lightweights? Lightweights and light heavyweights?
Yeah, I think so. Or I don't know about lightweights, but I know we got light heavyweights.
Yes.
Alright, we got Impa. But Izzy Rodriguez, motherfucking Steve Ursig.
True.
Let's go. We will catch you on the next one, everyone. Peace.